couple of things here to us. So far it's not recommending anything crazy, but we're just gonna click on fishing again and then see what else it starts to recommend. And we're gonna click on fish keeping, and we're just gonna keep clicking here, and we're just gonna see what Facebook begins to start recommending to us. So we'll just start clicking here, and Facebook is gonna start recommending more and more things. And we're obviously looking for fishing related things. So I mean, right here it says recreational fishing. And as we start doing this, what's gonna end up happening is that Facebook is gonna start auto-populating related keywords like that, and we're gonna end up finding some really cool keywords here because Facebook just continues to keep recommending. So we can click on bass fishing, we can click on stripe. Let me see what else we have here. We can do fishing lure, see what happens. And as we continue to keep, we can do, hold on one second, we can do fishing bait, and I love fishing is a good one.
Yeah, it's a big site. That's a big Facebook page.
Nice. It's I'd rather be fishing.
That's a big one as well.
Cool. So we're going to be talking about really quickly. We're going to be talking about how this works. So tropical fishing hobbyist. We're going to look at I love to hunt and fish. I love to hunt and fish. You see, so now what ends up happening is that, as you can see, right now we're starting to go into momentum, right? Now Facebook is really starting to understand the kind of keywords that we're looking for, and now Facebook is actually pulling up keywords that we normally would never find. Like, for example, MILF, man, I love fishing, right? And it's funny. It's like funny because normally it's used for other things. So now, right? It's hilarious, right? But I mean, we would have never thought that. Then we have I like to go hunting and fishing. I like fishing, right? So now it's getting crazy. Look, now just by doing this, we actually now Facebook has pulled a .com keyword, right? So now what we're doing is that we're using minimal effort, we're using leverage, we're using Facebook, which we can trust, and now Facebook is working on our behalf. So I mean, as you can see, now it's just pulling in a bunch of different keywords. Now we pretty much, now it's like kind of just throwing everything at us. So what you could do here, you see, check this out. Most people don't know this, right? So now it's a bunch of stuff that they're throwing at us. So now let me ask you something. When you do it like this and you compile a list this big, I mean, how hard is it to target? It's like almost unlimited. Facebook is giving you unlimited amount of keywords. Right. So I mean, it just continues to go, and they just keep getting better and better. But for the sake of time, what we'll do is we're going to quickly identify where these keywords kind of fall into. So if you remember, it kind of just started off because I just typed in fish, which is a very general keyword.
Right.
I'm going to get rid of that.
Fish is big too.
Yeah. I'm going to get rid of that for now, and I'm going to get rid of this one because this one's kind of big, fishing, because I kind of just used them just for Facebook to create this algorithm. Well, it'll start to understand the kind of keywords I'm looking for.
Right.
So I kind of just used it just so I can, pull up all of these different keywords. So now what I'm going to do is, just so we can have a better understanding, is we're going to identify what a long tail keyword looks like. So if we go into Power Editor and we're zooming through here, this would be considered a long tail keyword. So something like going hunting and fishing. It's a really stretched out word, which falls into long tail keywords. So now let's take a look at I love fishing. So I love fishing would be considered a first person keyword, which is anything that has to do with I love fishing, I love to fish, I love hunt, So things like that, like when you have the I in front of it, these are also precise keywords. You see all these I's here, I love fishing, I love hunting, I love to hunt and fish. So it's a lot of different, different keywords here that you can find here that have to do with the first person keyword. Now let's take a look at other keywords that we can identify. So this right here would be considered a special character keyword. So the reason why it's a special character keyword is because you see a lot of different special characters, like the little period, the parentheses. So it's not like a word. It's like has these different special characters in it, which make it a special character. Then you have all caps, which is special character. Then you have lowercase keywords. You see how everything is lowercase, right? And then of course we have a couple of here that we pulled up a couple of .com keywords. So we found fishhound.com, fishingnc.com. So based on this, right? Now we've compiled a list of what we would consider precise keywords. which now basically allows us to enter into level 1 of targeting. So 18 million is it's kind of big. It's kind of big. So what you could do, you have two options that you could do. You can if there's enough keywords here, which I think we can find a lot of keywords, you can kind of categorize them. So if there's enough lowercase keywords, you can put them all into a lowercase keywords format, and then just basically test this. Or you can kind of compile everything and kind of just test it, which I kind of like to do. I kind of like to compile my entire audience off of these things right here. And I didn't make this up. I actually learned it from some guy named Adrian Morrison. He's really, really successful with this.
I've heard of him.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So you know him. So yeah, so he's actually, he's the one who taught me this. And I got to tell you something, that when I learned how to do it this way, it almost immediately started helping me make sales on Facebook. There's other ways that we're going to talk about on how you can really get more precise using Facebook audience site. But I think this is something that you can apply immediately. And with the tool that I'm going to share with you right now, I'm sure that even after this session here, you can probably go and test other products just playing around with these keywords. So what we'll do really quickly is we're going to kind of wrap this section up. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, the conclusion of this section is the first thing that we have to do when we're promoting a product for the first time. And there's many different ways that you can approach it. I'm just showing you the one that has given me instant results, like has given me almost like immediate feedback on, oh, wow, it's actually working. Most people sometimes run campaigns for a couple of weeks before they realize it's not profitable. But when you do precise targeting, you can almost immediately see if it's going to work or not. Because if these people are not going to buy it, then forget about it. There's not going to be many people who are buying it, which then lets you know that the product is probably not a good thing. So let's kind of wrap this up really quickly. So when it comes to this section, you obviously have to do precise targeting. How do you do precise targeting? Precise targeting is basically made out of these keywords, which I'm going to go ahead and share this file with you. What's your email?
Helparoo, HELP. ROOH at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Okay, cool. I'm just going to go ahead and send it to you so then you can check it out. So cool. So now what I'm going to give you is I'm going to hook you up with the tool that you can only really get if you purchase something that was worth $3,500. I'm going to hook you up with the bonus. I normally just give it to people like some of my really high-end clients. It's kind of like an insider tool. So just don't share it with everyone, and then just kind of keep it on the DL. So it's going to be basically a tool that Adrian Morrison created that he actually created as a bonus for people who bought Ecom Success Academy. Ecom Success Academy went out to, I think it was I believe a $3,500 course. It was a couple thousand. So the only way you can get access to it is if you bought the course. But I'm going to actually go ahead and hook you up with this because I think it's going to make your life a little bit easier. Okay. So you have AliExpress and Facebook search. So what this does basically is that whenever you're looking for a vendor, you can just look through vendors through here, and it kind of auto-populates it. It kind of makes it a little easier for you. So you can go ahead and use that. But normally what I use this tool for is to look up, is to see and to spy on other people, to see what's kind of working for other people. Right. And being able to reverse engineer other people's products, other people's things that they're selling online makes it a lot easier on you to see a return on your investment quicker. So it's pretty much set up. So what this basically means is that it's looking for free plus shipping products, the most recent post, and this week. So what I normally do is whenever I'm looking for a product or I'm looking for something to promote, I normally have this list here that I'll share with you. And I kind of just look through this list and I kind of just type in the name of this list. Like, so let's say I want to look for like, I don't know, maybe I'm looking at things and I go, oh, let me just type in, let me see if there's any like phone cases or something. Or let's say I type in pillowcases. So I type in pillowcases just to see if anyone is selling pillowcases, see if I can find anything. So if I click on that, right off the bat, it kind of just it shows me some of the people who are selling pillowcases. So this kind of, when you start seeing a repetitive amount of pictures being shared, so like you see how this is repetitive, these are basically people who are sharing this. And you have to ask yourself, where is this coming from? This is coming from someone's fan page. This is coming from someone who's probably advertising in this product. So this you keep seeing it come up again. So what you can do is you can click on photo, and then and I'm looking through this is let me see. Come on, it loads fast enough. Okay, so what I normally do here is really look to see if this is a product worth promoting, and the way I do that is by looking at a couple of variables. So I'm looking to see if it has a lot of engagement, and this has over 34,000 likes and hearts and whatever.
Wow,
it's got close to 7,000 shares. It has over 1,000 comments. So we can probably agree that this is something that that's making the person who's promoting this quite some money. So based on this information, we can now figure out how we can reverse engineer this. So obviously this is something that's selling. So now the next step would be a neat little trick that you can do is you can go through the comments, open them all, because I think there's like too many comments. Is if you type on a Mac or Option or Window F, and you just type in words like, it'll kind of give you an idea, who's ordering, or if you type I, kind of gives you a better idea, or like.
It'll show those people. Oh,
yeah, it kind of just shows you some of the people who are the comments. Promoting.
I think on a regular desktop it'll be Control F probably. Maybe.
Yeah, probably. So what I'll do is so I mean that's an example, right? So you can I'll go ahead and share this list with you too. Let me see where I can send it to. Hold on. Share. Okay, and you can just play around with this. So basically, we're pretty much we kind of went over the 30 minutes, but basically,
okay.
Here's the conclusion of all of this, right? So when we look at what you're promoting right now,
right.
What I would do is I would probably, I mean, honestly, I would just start over again. So I would kind of go back to, like, if you want to go ahead and kind of apply what we talked about today, I would start off from level 1 targeting. So if you really have faith in this and you feel like it's working and you feel like you should continue to keep moving forward with it, then by all means keep going. But if you're going to do it, you should try to test this same product that you're promoting and look for precise targeting now that you know what to look for. Maybe create a campaign that is targeting precisely and then see how that works.
Right.
Something that you could also do right now, and then we're going to pretty much finish this off, but I think you can really appreciate this, is what we'll do is we're going to look at really quickly. We're going to briefly just cover this. We'll talk about it again in the next session, but this is something that you could do right now, and you can look at a couple of statistics that'll bring a lot more clarity on whether you should continue to keep promoting or not promote. So one of the things that we look here is I'm going to click on purchase. So the first thing that I look for is how much money have I, and some of this doesn't really add up because Facebook doesn't count it. But like, for example, the most obvious one is going to be how much money you're putting in and how much money you're coming out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can clearly see that over here, we spend 2,000 and we've sold 380 units. And then, I mean, you could kind of do kind of the same thing, 1,000 over here, 838, and we've sold over 115. So it kind of gives us a better understanding of what's happening here.
Right.
And then what we normally do, so that's one indicator. Another indicator, the biggest indicator that's going to make the biggest difference is something called the CPM. So the CPM, after 5 days, you can look at this. And what that basically means is the cost per 1,000 impressions. So normally a good range to be under is anywhere from $4 to $8. If the CPM is more than that, here's what's going to end up happening. The CPM will determine your reach. Your reach will determine the amount of people who click on it. The amount of clicks that you get will determine the amount of sales that you get. So if your CPM is super high, like $30, like $40, something like $16 is really high. If it's really high, how much can you continue to keep spending if your ad is only being seen by just a certain amount of people? If your CPM it drops really low, then it's a good indication that it's that you can continue to keep promoting it and still be profitable. But at the end of the day, what really matters, how much are you spending? Like if you're still profitable and your CPM is like super high, it's totally fine because you're still profitable. These are just indicators, but this is the biggest one. Like if you look at your ads right now and you say, okay, how much money have I spent? How much money have I made? And you're at a negative, and then you look at your CPM, and then your CPM is also really high, and you've been promoting him for more than 5 days, you should probably stop the ad and either make adjustments to it or just kind of trash it and promote something else. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's one thing that you can kind of look into right away. I'm kind of just briefly covering it because I just kind of want to give you things that you can implement right away. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and hook you up with this product, and I'm just going to go ahead and send it to you through Messenger, and then I'll go ahead and give you the password as well. So the password is going to be XXXX. It's 6 X's basically. So you can play around with that. So here's what I would recommend. I would recommend that you play around with it, see how many you can find, and then in the next session, what we'll do, since I promised you that I was gonna, find you a winning product or whatever, I can look at some of the products that you found, and then what we can do is to make this whole experience even better is if you watch me put it together. So when you watch me put it together, once we launch it, we can dissect it and we can talk about it. So then this way you're not just hearing me say it, you're watching me do it, and then we're also going back and dissecting it and saying, why did we do what we did? Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so
I actually have 2 different sites. I have the fishing lures, and then I have the I forget what the other one's called.
It's called Online Discount Mart.
Did you look at that one?
I mean, I think you might have given me the wrong domain because it takes me here.
Okay, I gave you the wrong one. Okay, I'll send you the one. Because that one has a I haven't gone there so long.
Yeah. So basically, here's what the homework assignment's going to be. It's going to be really simple. So with the campaigns that you're currently running right now, so with the ones that you're running right now, the ones that have made you sales, create a separate campaign. And the only thing that you're going to do differently this time is you're going to change one variable, and that's going to be your targeting. So with the notes that I've sent you, create a campaign using precise targeting, and then from there, just let it run a couple of days and just see if it performs better than the campaign that you have now. And when you do this, you're instantly applying what I just taught you. And then it's something that I can look at, and when we come back, we can kind of take a look at both of them. So that's the first thing that I would do. That would be like the first thing is apply it into something that you're already doing and just see how it works, to see how it works. And then the second thing is also play around with that too and see how many winning products you can find. And by winning products, I just mean other products that are successful because they have a lot of engagement and a lot of the people who are commenting are saying that they want it. So, so just that would be it. So apply precise targeting into what you're already doing. And then the next thing is when we meet again, what I would like for you to show me or send me through email is, hey, I found these 3 or 4 products that I really think would do well if I promoted them. Can you take a look at them? And then I'll take a look at them, and then I can kind of tell you right off the bat if I think that they're going to do really well. And normally they do because I mean, most people don't know how to find winning products. So, I mean, it's not that hard to promote something that's already working. If it's already working, you can have a piece of that pie. So that's basically it. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information because there's already enough information, but I want to kind of take things step by step. Hopefully you found value in this, and hopefully you'll find value in playing around with the tool. That tool is $3,500, so just keep it on the DL.
Right.
And then before we go ahead and pack this up.
Say the last part again.
And then do you have any other questions right now for me that before we kind of wrap this
No, we're good. I got a lot of work to do, and just to let you know, I'm gonna if you're open to it, I'm gonna is 300 your normal rate? I have a lot of clients for you.
Appreciate that. Thanks a lot. So yeah,
I'm
I mean,
serious. I got a bunch. Whatever rate, I won't tell them the rate. I can just say this guy helped me, and you charge whatever you want.
yeah. Yeah, man. So let's help you get results because people people like make their decision based off the results.
Right,
So
of
let's help
course.
you get results, and then once we make you successful, then I think that
Right.
recommending me to other clients will look very
Okay.
well.
Yep, absolutely. Okay.
So let's apply that, and then come back to me, and then also I want you to write down every time that you get stuck or every time you feel like you're doing something wrong. Just write it down, bring
Right.
it to the next session, and then be like, when I was doing this, I kind of really got stuck in this part, and then we'll go over that part. We'll kind of it's like when people are building the street, right? They put all this stuff, and then they have this little truck or whatever that kind of like flattens it out. So that's what we'll do. We'll flatten out any issues that you have when it comes to that, and then we'll go from there. So here's what we did not cover and what we will cover. So the next part that we want to cover is what happens after you start making sales, which is scaling and stuff, which is really interesting. But right now, let's focus more on making more sales with what you already have, and then also bringing other products to the market that you can also sell through Facebook and be successful in doing that. So that's pretty much it. Why don't we do this right now since we're on here? When would you like to schedule the next meeting? And that would basically what I mean is, when do you think you'll be able to process the information I shared with you today, apply it, and then have results for us to meet again?
Can I tell you next week?
Can you tell me next week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just send me a message then.
On Monday, I'm going to try I have a lot because I'm off work Monday, so I'm going to try and apply a lot of this between now and Monday.
Okay, cool.
And then I can let you know during the week.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so let's make it happen, and then just keep me updated with what's happening. And you don't have Shopify, right?
No, I don't have Shopify. I use it's a WordPress.
Oh, okay, cool.
Site.
That's cool. No, because
what I would like to do is switch. I would like to switch over to Shopify, but I don't have a lot of, like right now with my ads. I have it up to I can charge up to $250 before I have to pay at the end of the month.
Yeah.
PayPal so I've never gone over like 150 in ad spend per month, but I have up to 250.
Okay, gotcha.
And I understand, if I go over 250, then.
No, I mean that's fine. I mean, if anything, you're kind of like, the only reason why I was asking was because I have this tool that creates funnels for you, but it only integrates with Shopify, and it's like a $497 tool that I normally kind of just hook people up with, and I install it into their store. But since you don't have Shopify, that's fine. So I mean, it's cool.
I want to get there, but just not yet. So
yeah, it's cool, man. So yeah, just apply what I just taught you now, and then go from there. And then if you have any messages, just feel free to kind of message me and be like, hey, throughout the week, if you have any messages before we meet, you can send me a message.
The other store is called onlinediscountmart.org. That's what it is.
Okay, cool.
Not .net. It's .org, but.
Okay, got you.
Just take a peek at those other products and, just see. So,
yeah. Anyway. Oh, I see it. Yeah. All right, man. Sounds good, brother. We'll talk soon, okay?
Okay. Thanks so much. Take care.
No problem. Take care. Bye-bye.